So they are your digital assets. Now I want to address something that comes up a lot, all the time, anytime I get into this discussion, because there's two different thoughts for this. I personally believe that you need to have a website, okay? And that website needs to be yourname.com. Okay, more specifically, it needs to be your first name and your last name.com. For example, I have ryanroten.com. You need to have that because of this number, 4%. There was a study that was done, like probably 2 years ago now, by a company called branded.me and the .me registry, which is where you can register. Like I could get ryanroten.me there. And what they found when they surveyed professionals through LinkedIn was that only 4% of career professionals have websites. 4%. That means if you have a website of your own that you can point people to, you are already way ahead of your competition by having a website. Now, of course, you have to put the right content and information on your website, which we'll talk about when we get to the create step. But having a website can put you above your competition. It helps you stand out. If you go to get your domain name, let's say that you go and you say, you know what, I need to get ryanroten.com, and ryanroten.com is not available, which it was actually in my case. The first time I tried to get my domain, it was not available. It was owned by one of the other Ryans. I had to actually use my middle initial in order to be able to get the domain. Okay. You can also do things like add the in front of your name in order to be able to get it. So you could be the Ryan Roten. You can be Ryan L. Roten, which is my middle initial. But just think of a way that you can get your name in that domain, because when you do, your name becomes a keyword to Google. So it's a signal to Google that is you. Okay. Also, just as a tip, if there are any parents or grandparents that watch this video, buy your child's domain and buy your grandchild's domain. Okay, they will not thank you for doing it because they will not understand why you're doing it, but it will help them. You'll basically be helping them protect their name online by purchasing their domain now. Domains are not expensive. They're like $12 to $14 a year. You can actually buy them less expensively than that. I use a place called name.com to buy any of the domains I have, which I have an insane amount of domains because anytime I think of something, I pretty much purchase a domain for it. But that's just my struggles, and the struggle is real in my case. Even if you don't create a website, just buy your domain if for no other reason than to protect your name. Because think about what would have happened had the other Ryan, whose name was in the first 5 or 6 slots on the Google search for my name, what if he would have had a website where he was posting all the illicit activities that he was doing? Those things would have tarnished my reputation had people searched for me and found all that stuff. So by getting my name, ryanroten.com, I was able to then protect my name and at the same time put out content, which again we'll talk about when we get to the create step, that's relevant to what I want to become known for. So yes, let's just answer that up front. You got to have a website. So purchase your website, buy the domain, does not cost that much. Cost should not be an object. I think most people can afford to spend the $10 or the $12 to secure their domain name. And don't look at it as an expense. It's an investment because you are protecting your name by owning it as a domain. Okay, once we have our website, the next thing that we need